Here we go. Fun Friday, man.
There you go. Hey, that's me. We're over here talking. We're over here having some fun. It's Friday, folks. You're listening to Talk One Radio. I'm Al Flowers, joined by Jeff Zapp.
Howdy.
On board, on time, as always. We're happy it's Friday. It's the Independence Day weekend, folks. Get out there and celebrate your freedom. A lot of people who are not able to be with us that are gave everything for our freedom. So let's celebrate the fact that we live in the greatest country on the planet Earth and that we are free people for the most part.
That's right. We our last national holiday was Memorial Day, which we
Juneteenth.
Memorial Day, we had a somber remembrance of those that sacrificed all
right.
the freedoms. And then now we're getting ready to celebrate the true independence of our nation, the greatest nation in the world, in the history of the world.
I can't argue with that. I mean, I would not want to be anywhere else. And I'm sure those of you that are listening right now feel the exact same way. And if you want to talk about how Independence Day affects you and your family besides hot dogs and hamburgers, feel free to call us at 843-800-1492. Or if you want to just say, hey, it's not a big deal, I'd love to hear that too. If you'd like, feel free to call us. We're tan, ready, and rested to take your calls.
More like leathered or weathered for me, man. That's why I was getting my haircut at Joe's, and I noticed she was trying to do a little something with this front part, and I'm just thinking, no, just take the clippers to it.
You look good, man.
Oh yeah, I put a little makeup on. I got the new light. It's all right. This darn thing, my ears are won't stay in there anyway. But it's great. It's good to be here Friday and Monday. We're going to be taking a little bit of a respite, so just make sure everyone knows
it's our day off anyway. We're going to just take a little. We had a hustle bustle week, I gotta tell you, because big doings. We're going nationwide on Wednesday. Our first show goes out to the servers who will be playing at East Coast to West Coast in the 3 to 5 time slot. I can't be happier. We're going to post all the stations on the website. We'll have a separate page for that. So, and we're also going to be maybe not this next Wednesday, but before the end of the month, we will be on the God, Family, and Country Channel TV. So the shows that you see streamed, I know they're exciting as all get out.
Well, that's like right up our alley. A reality. That's right up our alley.
Yes.
God and Country, right?
That's perfect.
Family.
And also
what we're all about.
Reel TV, REEL. TV is going to be carrying our shows. So we're catapulting forward at the speed of light.
Right off the carrier deck, man.
Yeah.
And the Joint Strike Fighter.
We're still pinned back in our seats. So we're taking Monday off just for that. Just to have an extra, finish up the barbecue and just not have a day where we have to work a lot on prep and the computers and getting everything right and ready. And
well, it's exciting because hopefully as we continue to grow and flourish that we can start to delegate, maybe hire some people to help with that.
That'd be wonderful.
Right now, for people that aren't aware in terms of broadcasting, the three of us are doing it all.
That's it.
From sponsorships to the radio spots to the research needed to have a great show.
Right.
To bring you content that you go, hey, these guys know what they're talking about. They're not just listening to themselves speak.
Right. Exactly.
It takes a tremendous amount of effort to do this. But we appreciate everyone's patience because we've been trying some different broadcast times and a variety of different guests that we're trying to bring on. But apparently, like Cleveland had said, for the urban areas especially, this is what people want to hear.
Yeah.
They want to hear something, an alternate view to what you typically would get in mainstream media that honestly is mostly, and has been for a long time, it's the same old talking points. It doesn't matter what channel you turn to. and I'm talking about conservative as well as maybe a liberal or left leaning,
Yeah.
you're going to get the same talking points. So Al and I try to bring you the best in conservative talk radio right here in the Low Country and abroad, and we're excited to go big time.
Yeah, it's a big deal, and we have Dr. Stan Fine to thank for this, and we'll be forever indebted to him and Jim Jump for bringing us along. Those are the two fellows that run It's Your Business radio show out of St. Louis, and they are also they have taken off with their show nationwide, and they have almost 2 million listeners at this time to that show, which is a good one. And we hope that we will be complimenting them with a show that originates right here from a new, just landed on the island business called Successful Seniors. Doug Fair is in charge of that business, and you'll hear one of his commercials tonight. But he will be joining me, I think, on the 19th or maybe the 14th. No, it's the 14th of July. We'll be doing a quick interview, 30 minutes, and you'll find out just the impact that this gentleman is going to have on your retirement and on your financial future. I think he's going to be a benefit to all that come in contact with him. Very personable guy. You can't beat this fella. He's able to take your call 24/7 and within reason. He'll get back to you when he wakes up and gets a cup of coffee, but he is available to you personally once you, get in a business relationship with him. And he's got a track record that can't be beat. Did some work out of Colorado. He's been out there. He's a lawyer, well-spoken, minor league baseball player, as I understand it, college player, and as a baseballer. Hey, and plus he's a great guy. Both him and his wife are fabulous. So we're going to put it all together for you, folks, and along with It's Your Business Restaurant Talk with Jimmy Souls. He's getting ready to blast off. He'll be heading out to Kansas City. He's on a show called The Founders House. He's trying to gather up some funding from these people, sort of like an apprentice type of show. And we talked about this before, but all the best to both him and Cassie. Underground Burritos, you got to get over there and have one.
Yeah.
He's running the street corn this Saturday, I'm sure.
Do we have any idea where his location will be?
Well, yeah, he's at. What do you mean? He's got a restaurant right now over on May River Road.
May River Road, but you said street. Is he running a?
No. He's got the. He's gonna Saturdays only is street corn Saturdays.
Street corn. I thought you said street corner. I'm sorry.
No, street corn. Yeah.
Yeah, street corn.
But he's going to be doing the Mexican corn on the grill and painting it up and then putting the crema on it and all that other good, really fine tasting stuff. He's got it all. He knows what he's doing when it comes to this this style of food and texture of food. So they're doing tacos now too. So brilliant tacos. I had a couple of them. They are excellent. And then he's doing burrito bullets. He's doing these things too with his own hot sauce. They're like little taquitos, but they have a little more substance inside, and they're very good.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
So, and the hot sauce is coming online. He's working with a packer now, and it's going to be big doings, folks, in this town. I'll tell you, hang around, stick around with Talk One Radio.
Heat with a little flavor.
Yeah. It's not one of these blow your heads off. I know that. It's hot sauce.
Your tongue's numb for the next 30 minutes or so.
All that skull and crossbones hot sauce. I don't get it. My wife eats it, so she likes that hot. I'm like, I stopped eating that stuff when I left the service. Everybody would get those, ultra hot, peppers and I gotta have more peppers.
More Scotch bonnet or habanero or something like that.
Forget it. What are you crazy?
I like the hot stuff too. I like flavor though. That's the thing, it's a good flavor. That's what I mean. Heat with some flavor.
Yeah. So things are really happening around here, and we're doing well. We're just we're coming up on the perch as far as if we get going and we start expanding
Yeah, rocking and rolling.
like an underwater explosion. Boom, you know.
Depth charge.
Yeah. So we're going to be able to really hit the ground running here, and hopefully, my hopes is that we some way get out of this smaller studio into a building that has our research and our uh, production room, and
Yep.
has the
Control
regular
room and
right and
full
a
production
studio.
studio.
Right.
And I was thinking of that today, as a matter of fact. I was all excited. So I was all over the board just thinking of business ideas. So an exciting time.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, for sure. So we're jacked up about that. Let us know what you think about that. If you have any suggestions for us, listen, you can email us easy enough. Uh, any of the emails that you see on our website at stockoneradio.com, uh, drop a line. Use the voicemail. It's been pretty good. People have been, when we go off the air, our dial-in number becomes a voicemail box, and you can just dial it up and leave a message with a suggestion. Now, some of them are, physically impossible for me to even do, but
Yeah,
if you know what I mean.
let's paint a little bit more accurate picture for that.
Yeah, well,
Not all messages are,
or that
Cordial.
colorful,
yeah, that's true.
but we roll with the punches, and we know that sometimes emotions get the better part of your brain.
No doubt about it.
And it happens to everybody. It happens to me a lot because I'm like,
Well, if you drive around here, you go 2 miles from your house,
right.
it'll probably happen to you on the roadways.
Yeah, well, it happened tonight. I'll give you just a quick synopsis. I was boo-hooing to Jeff before we went on the air. Right at Rose Hill, this blacked out Hummer H1 with all this chrome all over it. I'm doing 63 miles an hour, by the way. I will admit to going faster than I should have. And I'm in the 3-lane, and this car pulls right out in front of me, less than, I would say, 40 yards. I was from the intersection. I had to slam on my brakes. I didn't have anywhere to go to the left. I mean, and those cars were going just as fast as I was. So
on a Friday especially,
I wasn't gonna, yank left and then cause one of these Talladega big ones, be just another story in the Island Packet on
I'd be sitting
Saturday
here
morning.
Where's Al?
Yeah, where's Al? Well, he's upside down in his car in the median.
Oh boy, no! Be careful out there. It's true, and it's unfortunate. I mean, it happened to my son a couple weeks ago. It happened to me today over by Rose Hill when I was driving this way to go, like I said, take my daughter over to the Grind Roasters here to get a coffee and spend some father-daughter time together. So you just got to be careful out there, folks. But getting back to your original point, yeah, we're imperfect.
Sure.
Yeah, we get the hate mail. We get the the comments that people might throw some terms at us. But listen, try to take a deep breath and step back. We're not just up here trying to spew hate or cause division. We're really truly followers of the Lord God Almighty.
Right.
And we do love people, and we're just as flawed as the next person, but we're trying to do what's right here. And we appreciate our loyal listeners and those that are new. So if you're just joining us, it's Fun Friday. We're getting started tonight. We're excited. Thanks for joining us. And make sure you call in 843-800-1492. Or we're streaming live right now to Facebook and YouTube.
Yep. Here we are. Hey, listen, I just wanted to mention too, if you're on the your mobile phone, whether it be iPhones or Android material, you can always join us by going to Radio Max in your app store. Doesn't cost you a thing. They're going to want your name. You can make up a name, make up a one of those 10-minute email deals, if you like, and register that way if you're that shy about it. But you can go right there.
There it is.
And search Talk One Radio and just mash the button.
Yeah.
And you're in.
The nice thing is, I thought you did have to register with your email. I don't think it did. I think it took my phone number.
Oh, well, that's even better.
If I recall correctly, folks, it took like 30 seconds. I downloaded it yesterday just to try it, and it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has. We probably have to do some things. I saw like social media. There's some links and comments. You can do it all right from your phone. So if you have an iPhone or an Android, you can go to the App Store or the Google Store and just type in Radio Max, MAXX, and download it. And it takes like 30 seconds to install, register, and within a minute you're up and running live.
Yeah.
And I just saved it as a favorite. So it's great.
Yeah.
It really is.
I like it in the car because we like to, critique our performance, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
But, you got to.
Well, you got to up your game, each one of us. I mean, this is, we're not trying to be a bunch of slack, folks here. We're trying to make sure that we're broadcasting professionally to potentially millions of people here relatively soon.
Right.
So the other thing is you just got Rumble up, the channel.
Right, exactly.
We're looking at options there we archive our shows on YouTube and Facebook. My concern, and it has been for a while, folks, that conservatives are censored. And it's been happening for a while.
Yeah.
My big concern is, we're not too controversial, and I think we're pretty loving, but at the end of the day, anything we say could be could hit the algorithm, and bam, we could be kicked off that platform. So at any rate, we're looking at other platforms out there as well to be able to broadcast and get us some listener or audience, going there as well. But anyway, we enjoy your comments, questions, concerns through emails. Call us here in the studio online live. We just appreciate and love you. We really do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And if anybody from Strike Team is listening, we have not forgotten about you. I know you're coming in early next month with the director possibly, but we made some promises to you and to support you financially, and those will be forthcoming. So don't you sweat. We're not going to leave you hanging, that's for sure. We're not about that. All right, listen, upcoming guest. I want to just mention this because you can write this down early in the program. Major Bromwich from the Beaufort County Sheriff's Office will be joining us on the 7th of July at 7:30 p.m. So he's doing a little OT. I'm sure he's off the clock there, of course. It was tongue in cheek. But also, I'm really excited about our good friend Corey Allen from the Overton Report out of Charleston and the Mount Pleasant area. And he'll be calling in within 10 days with a big announcement. He's going to be one of the prime speakers, I think, at the 17th in Columbia.
Okay.
And he's one of the hardest working guys, conservative, feet on the ground, level-headed guys that I know. And he is fearless. Youth brings fearlessness. This cat is something, man. Him and JT and the crew, they go out and experience frontline stuff, especially in Mount Pleasant and the Charleston area. I've seen some of his videos where he's being chased down the street by, Antifa types and BLM types. And the cops are just saying, yeah, you better run. Yeah. You
faster.
Yeah. This is, you're in danger right now. Here's these young people, they deserve protection just as much as the protesters do.
Right. For
crying out loud. But we're looking forward to having him locked up next week sometime early, I think. I hope. We're working with him right now to see what we can clear up. And of course, Jeff, on the 13th, this is a special show that's going up on the 13th at 9 o'clock. We're going to open the show up. But at 10, who's coming in, my man?
10 o'clock, we'll be joined by special guest General Michael Flynn,
Unbelievable.
3-star general, retired from the Army, 33 years of decorated military service. Yes, that General Flynn, Michael T. Flynn, will be with us for a 30-minute interview right here, Talk One Radio.
Yeah, thanks to you, my man. Well done on cutting through that barbed wire to get to him, because he's a busy guy, especially these days. So
yeah,
we're blessed to have him with us. I'll tell you that. I'm speechless. The fact that here's a guy that was on the front lines to this stuff and getting beat up all the way. You know, the FBI had him in a cage and had him in a room. You know, doing the bright lights and the whole bit. I mean, this guy's a 3-star general. Who do you think you're talking to?
Defense intelligence agent, DIA background, and then as a national security advisor to President Trump, the 45th president of the United States. And of course, they couldn't have him as one of the top-notch fellas, and so they obviously targeted to take him out immediately. I think he lasted 24 days. And then, of course, everyone witnessed what he went through.
Yeah,
tremendous amount till later. His attorney was changed to Sidney Powell, and we saw what transpired, and we started to see that the whole Spygate and the Russia was nothing more than a hoax, the Mueller investigation. Right. And finally, he was pardoned by President Trump, but charges were finally dropped. And so his family, his entire family, true heroes and patriots, and we're glad and thankful that he has taken time, 30 minutes out of his busy day. He's involved in so many different things. But I do have if you want to go find out more information, he is heavily involved with americasfuture.net. That's americasfuture.net. You can go check that out and see. There's some great videos and resources on there. If you would go check that out for me, I did tell his son Michael Jr. that would give him a plug for that. But General Flynn has graciously donated 30 minutes of his time to us to have us on the program, to have him on the program, and we're very thankful.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We're totally blessed that he's coming on board. And last but certainly not least is Doug Fair from Successful Seniors will be with us on the 14th of July at 7:30. So he's back in cleanup for
that's great,
general. So that, I think we got a pretty good package for the next couple of weeks anyway.
Most definitely. We're busier than all get out, which is good.
Yeah.
That's why I'm glad we're off on Monday, folks. We're just taking a little breather this week for me. Right. I was up in Columbia on Wednesday. I didn't even really have a chance to talk a little bit about that. Maybe we can cover that for maybe 10 minutes tonight. I know We'll be having my wife in on the program too. Would like to have her in the studio to talk a little bit about some things as it relates to voter integrity here within South Carolina. So she made the news. Yeah, she was on the local Columbia News, and they actually did a nice clip. I'll find it for you and send it to you.
Absolutely. We'll play it here.
Really good. So
when is she coming in?
We haven't figured that out yet. She's I think she's a little exhausted as well. Excuse me. I think a lot of people don't realize when you're in the spotlight, when you're in the political realm and the theater, like we talked about, you can become bitter and critical, and it's really easy to kind of slip into the dark side. I'm telling you, it's chaotic.
Yeah,
it's no fun, and it takes its toll on you. And as a nation, I think we've experienced it certainly over the past 18 months, right?
Yeah, with the COVID,
combination, COVID leading up to the election, and then to the beginning of the year, and all the craziness and nonsense that's transpired last year with all the looting and burning and rioting and so forth, to the crazies out there in the different Democrat-controlled cities. Craziness.
Yeah, I'm sure that.
And then being
just I mean, there was some rioting that went on in these Republican cities and with the Republican governors, but they were squashed pretty quickly, I think. Can't think of one.
I'm at a loss for words. Hey, but I did want to bring up the other day, you kind of threw me a curveball. I tend to keep quiet if I don't know much about something because I want to learn.
Okay.
But you said, hey, up there in Michigan,
Yeah, the GOP.
everything's hunky dory. Well, then I started digging a little bit because I'm like, these folks must be establishment types. And they
Mhm.
certainly are.
Right.
So stay tuned because we're not done in Michigan yet.
Yeah.
I just wanted to give a shout out to that Seth Keshel. I don't personally know him. I'm trying to reach out to him. If anyone does know Seth, he's a former Army intelligence officer, retired as a captain after 6 years. You probably saw his video.
He's passed over for major.
I don't know. I think he got out on his own. He made a decision to get out, but he does that bellwether video on YouTube if you've ever seen it. And then Tracy Beans talked a little bit about him.
Yeah,
Tracy.
right.
So anyway, he's incredible as an analyst, and he just is able to look at publicly available information, especially as it relates to registration and Democrat. Those states we don't here in South Carolina. We don't register by party.
Right.
But you can kind of look at trends, and he does an amazing job. So I just want to give a plug to him and say thank you for your hard work, sir. And I'm hopeful that we have an opportunity to meet because I know for Engage the Right, that would be really helpful information. Because quite honestly, to what my wife experienced, some of these people, again, they're either very ignorant or they're complicit. But it's easier just to smear somebody or to throw hateful comments or to be rude towards somebody.
Right.
And I refuse to do that. I do it sometimes. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to admit to it. But I would much rather choose the road of love and kindness.
Now, with that, what can you say? But we got to get a break. We'll be right back. You're listening to Talk One Radio.
Hurricane Elsa strengthens. Warnings for Jamaica, U.S., and the Cone.
Oh, no.
Get ready.
Get ready.
It's coming.
I hear it's got nothing but COVID written all over it.
Well, we just got to worry about all those thousands of COVID variants, just like the thousands of different genders. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
LGBTQRSTUVWXYZ. Talk One Radio is live now, bringing you the best in conservative talk radio right here on Facebook. Look at that.
Right on, Bubba. I got this Linda wrote me the Sun City stuff.
Are we both off on mic?
Yes.
Mom says you guys have open mic. Can you hear me now?
We're red and red.
Huh? We're red, right?
Tap your mic. Just tap your mic. Yeah, we're blocked out. Oh, Linda says we can hear you. Why is that?
Well, that's embarrassing. That's never happened.
Can you hear me now?
Must be that really strange. I don't know. Any idea what it is? Take the 48-volt off, I guess, on our mics and see if that works. Gonna hit the 1 and 2 and just take off the mics. Hit the power right there. Now they can still hear us, then something else is open. I don't think it'd be coming through the camera.
Okay. People are telling us that they can still hear us. We have our mics off in this deal.
Yeah, that's really strange.
How's that?
I have no idea. So I guess let's turn the 48 volts back on the mic so we can at least hear ourselves. We'll just know that we can't go to break. Well, that's really strange. Never had that happen before in radio broadcast. I've never had that happen before. Have you?
Yeah, that's unbelievable. I mean, the anomaly is.
So something is leaking. I don't know. And if I appreciate the listeners telling us that they can still hear us. Obviously, you can hear us. We're not like we're collaborating or saying bad things off the air, but appreciate that feedback. This is really, really wacky.
Yeah.
The reason why I say that is we've got a control panel over here that controls the power of the microphones and what's going through the stream. We use an app called Melon. Have no idea. When you hit the power off or you mute the mic, there should be no sound coming through other than what you hear with the backbone running, which is the program that runs the commercials. So I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. Maybe the producer can, maybe there's something else going on. But anyway, we're back. It's 7:35 on a fun Friday, and we're glad that you've joined us. It's going to be rainy out there. I was just saying during the break, we've got Hurricane Elsa is strengthening down there in the Caribbean, right? Was it Barbados, I think, is getting slammed.
Right.
Looks like we are in the cone. I don't know.
Well, it's just heavy rain, right?
Yeah, is that Cat 1 hurricane?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that's nothing, right? Stand out there and surf in the category 4.
Right.
But, I think one of the things is for the next few days, at least, the weather here locally, we're going to have some rain, folks, right? Yeah, we're going to have some rain.
That's what they
So
say.
hang in there right now. Still light drizzle, 78 degrees outside here in the low country. And that's all right. We're getting plenty of precipitation. So.
Oh, yeah. Little leg cramp from the workout today.
You scared me, man.
Yeah.
I thought we were being the FBI was rolling in here to get us.
A little electricity going through me there.
Yeah.
Give me happen. We'll be all right. Listen, everything's fine. Okay. That's
well,
I should have never P's and Q's.
I should have never said anything about that our content might be leaning conservatively because I think maybe
Somebody's
somebody's
snuck
playing
in
with
here
us.
and
Yeah,
give us the old
we'll give you
one
guys
too. Yeah,
disingenuous Socratic method. Think you can follow Jesus? Get
yeah.
your little white butts out of here. Yeah, okay. So yeah, man, we've got so much to cover.
Yeah, let me just get this out of the way. For the Sun City folks, we're going to be able to jump on that 4th of July celebration on Sunday at 5 p.m. at the Pavilion Grounds. You could bring your lawn chairs and enjoy music by Target, the band, featuring headliners, headliner horns starting at 6 p.m. The event will wrap up this with the Low Country's largest firework display at dusk. So the fireworks are on. I thought they were going to be completely nixed for Sun City this year, but they're on like Donkey Kong. So
Nice.
they're absolutely enjoyable. I'm not a big fan of crowds going down there with fireworks going off. So I just we take a stroll down and,
Watch
get
it from
out.
afar.
We do. And it's nice. They spend a lot of money on those fireworks, by the way.
Yeah, they're not cheap.
No, they're illegal, by the way. I don't know if anybody's told anybody.
When we lived in Ohio, my father-in-law, they had a company in Hudson, Ohio, and that was American Fireworks. They had their big warehouse there,
Hmm.
and the guy would donate to some of the local, like Hudson Fire would do the fireworks and so forth there locally. But I mean, it's those we're talking thousands, and the big displays that you see, like I'll use Walt Disney World. I think it's rumored that they spend $100,000 an evening on fireworks display.
Right.
And, the final park at the Disney World. Yeah, the Magic Kingdom. Should know that. But anyway, so it's not cheap, especially to put on a good display. You look like you're studying for a test over there. Are you still trying to figure this out?
Yeah, I'm still trying to find out why we're.
That's all right. You know what? I think it is what it is. We're just going to have to roll with it. And when we go to break, if we do go to break, so we're just going to have to be extremely quiet and quit talking about the neighbors. I'm just kidding. Hey, thanks, Mom, for letting us know. I appreciate it, and for our producer as well.
Yeah, absolutely. She was right on it, and just said, "Hey, listen, somebody's got an open mic there. I can hear everybody talking."
I don't. Do you have these? Did you check these mics to make sure they're off? Did you check mic 3 and 4?
Yeah, they are off.
Okay,
they're right here. I mean,
yeah, just check.
Off is off.
Just I know, but you checked, like, so you hit to make sure that hit 3. See, that one's on. Okay, now check 4. That one's on too.
Well, I get the levels completely.
Yeah, but
down.
Still, we could be getting bleed over. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. So,
let's see.
So, my mom just say, "Now your voice is low." I wonder, amp it up a little bit.
Yeah, see that? Okay.
Hey, your wife and my mom is keeping the. So, hey, there, you're back.
I'm back.
We're like amateur hour tonight.
You got to roll with this technology, folks. When the operators are also the technicians, then you get trouble.
Yeah, if you could see, if you can actually take a look at what Al has open right now in terms of applications, it's like spinning plates, on the end of a
like being a controller again, for crying out loud.
Yeah, you can handle the heat.
That's you right. Can't put me down. You can't. I'm not going down the drain.
All right, my mom just said we're good to go now.
All right. That must have been it, brother.
Yeah. Oh, hey.
There you go. You figured it out. Once again, that's
as Dad said. You might as well, if you're going to talk about anybody, you might as well talk like they're right in the room with you. So, hey, you got a little bit of behind the scenes look there.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm sorry. You were saying we've got a lot of stuff going on tonight. There's a lot to talk about, certainly. And and then you look like you were studying for a test, and I got you sidetracked. I'm sorry about that.
That's okay. I was just actually trying to get this thing back in order, and we did somewhat, and we're feeling pretty good about it now. We got everything all set up. We had those guests in the other night. That's I left that power on those mics. That's what, even though I had them off.
Yeah, well, that's strange though. I'm surprised we didn't have bleed over the other night because,
Yeah.
well, Wednesday night when I was here, and I
Right.
came in late.
Yeah.
So at any rate, I heard Fat Patty's is closing down its
Fat
location
Patty's,
down
that's
in Old
it,
Town Bluffton.
Absolutely. That's another local story that we need to talk about. Fat Patty's closes in Old Town Bluffton.
Wow.
Yeah, Nectar is taking their place.
So they're closing down. I mean, they've been there, what, 6 years or something like that? And they're getting ready to flip that building to Nectar's?
Right.
Okay.
Right. And then they had some type of brewery, right? Beer brewery right next door. The
I think so.
Seagrass Brewery or something.
Yeah, Palmetto, something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, it's strange. But, you know, there's a lot of small business, lot going on here. We had Tracy on the other night from Groobies too.
Yeah. Ruby's too.
And I checked it out tonight when I was driving into the studio to see.
Right.
And yeah, they're going like gangbusters over there to get that ride ready to rock and roll.
All right.
I still think of what she was saying about the greaser and in her eye, and that's a lot of hard work.
She was on fire. I mean,
yeah.
You know, when someone has that kind of passion, like you see it. If you haven't eaten at the River Road Cafe, the Old Walnuts, you need to get on over there for some Cajun food. Well, Cajun-inspired food. How's that? I'll say that. It's not all heat. It's a lot of flavor and a great hospitality over there. But these folks that are coming here and opening up restaurants or moving around and getting excited about being here, you can just see the passion just oozes off of them because they're ready to serve. They're ready to serve great food like Ian Duncan. That guy is all about the coffee, man. He's all about the bean. And he's totally immersed. And his whole objective is to make you smile when you have a cup of coffee over there. Or buy a bag and take it home and come back and say, I've never had coffee this smooth in my life. I mean, he puts together some coffee for me, which I sell on another venture, but it is the smoothest, finest. It's just perfect.
Yeah, it is good stuff.
It just completely beats the pants off anything you could buy at these big box stores or the grocery store. Unbelievable. So please, I'm a big advocate for this. Support small business, including Talk One Radio, if you can. You know, we're just scrambling along. We're three people that have an idea and a passion for what they do, and we can just appeal to your good nature and say, listen, we don't have all the answers, but we want to become a place. We want to become the water cooler of the Low Country, where people can come here and talk about things that might be a little bit out of line, a little bit off color, and they're not going to suffer the consequences of being labeled anything other than an American. So, you know, don't be shy, please. Don't be shy. Support local business. I guess that's what I was really the thrust of my rant.
I was going to let you go on for another 30 seconds or so.
Stop me before.
No, that's all right. So Fat Patty's is closing or closed, and so Nectar is taking its spot. Yeah. So yeah, that's some local news. There's a lot of local news going on, and that's oh my goodness, this.
Yeah, Wednesday, Fat Patty's closed. Served its last hamburgers, and Nectar is going to be moving in there. Nectar Farm Kitchen, that's what it's going to be called. Work on the space is expected to be completed for a September opening, along with an interior redecoration. Nectar will have more outdoor seating and designated golf cart parking, according to the news release from the Surge Restaurant Group. Well, we're hoping to get on board with them, and hopefully we'll have the executive chef come in and give us a shout about what's shaking over there.
The big news on the island, if you haven't been on Hilton Head in a while. Cross Island Parkway, that $1.25 toll is No more.
Keep it in your pocket, folks.
Yep. Hey, folks, if this is the first time you're hearing about it, it ended Wednesday or, at midnight or whatever. So July 1st, no more tolls. Cross Island Parkway. I don't even know. It's been there for many years. Tolls are gone for good.
You know
it's
what
official.
else ended on that same day? Is supplemental federal.
Oh yeah, the end of the 30th of June. So, yeah, I think McMaster, especially here in the state of South Carolina, was saying that's it.
That's it.
Well, I mean, why disincentivize people to go back to work? That
Doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
That was ridiculous.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But anyway, so the tolls on Hilton Head Island are no more, and they're going to be, South Carolina DOT will be removing those toll booths at some point in the future. I don't know. Previously asked about that, and this is from the Island Packet. Looks like they're going to be moving to at some point remove those. So, hey, if you're ever headed out, especially on a Saturday when it's time to turn the condos right and the vacation rentals, that's going to be nice. You don't have to stop it there and just keep on going.
I don't understand. Someone actually put a message on Facebook and said, "Why don't we just keep that toll going and exempt the people that have the 29910 and 926."
I don't know. It'd be interesting. It'd be interesting to see what the total revenues generated from that toll, right, over the years.
Yeah, the net revenues.
Yeah, net revenues.
Yeah,
just to see how that is, and I'm sure they probably have the numbers somewhere, the analytics.
Yeah, right.
And also, I mean, like we've talked about it before, even when they did this fly bridge right from Bluffton Parkway over, and that was going to help. It goes back to 2 lanes on each way, east west direction.
I thought that up.
So I mean, it's a very happening place out there still. So you want to check your levels too, because I don't know if mine.
Yeah,
I don't know if Linda
off here. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but mine seemed to be okay, at least the way I hear mine. But
they're good.
yours, you just want to make sure that your mic is good as well. My mom did mention.
All set.
All right. So so that's another local news here and in the Low Country.
That's it. What's planned for the US 278 bridge? That's also coming up the pipe. Let me just make sure I know what I'm talking about when I bring this up here. The residents will be able to review the SCDOT documents online and submit written suggestions or recommendations to the agency officials, and also attend in-person public hearing on July 22nd to discuss the preferred alternate and set up appointments at the Island Rec Center July 14th and 16th, or August 18th and 21st, to learn more about the state's proposal. The public hearing will be held from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. on July 22nd at the Rec Center at 20 Wilburn Road. People can drop by to ask a question from 2 to 6. An hour-long meeting where residents can speak out about the plan. It will run from 6 to 7 p.m. So that ought to be Firecracker City, because I know there was a lot of talk about on the island Pravda about the eminent domain and what's going to happen to some of the surrounding lands around there and who owns them, and whether they've been historically designated or not. Also, some of these plans that we saw 8 months ago in the paper, where they're going to shut down one lane and make it like a walking bike lane. I think that's pie in the sky stuff, really, because how are you going to get emergency vehicles up there if something goes wrong with someone physically? I don't know. I mean, I guess you're going to have to stand by with a golf cart or something. I don't know. These people come up with some wild ideas here in this town.
Well, there's just wild ideas all around the world, right?
Yeah.
I mean, here's a interesting, say the dichotomy here. We've got this Southern District of New York, right? You know where I'm going with this, right? Don't get too far ahead of me here.
Okay, I'll try.
And they decide, we're going to go after the Trump Organization CFO. charged with tax fraud.
Right.
He pleads not guilty, of course.
Nice.
But these folks, they just pull out all the stops. They are not going to rest, right? Anything that Trump has touched, anything that Trump gets involved with, they're going to try to find something, right? So that's what we have, and we know it's nothing but a weaponization. It's a political hit
Smoke.
job.
It's
Yeah,
all
it's smoke. All right, but it's it's really to detract, I think, from the core base of the MAGA, the America First movement. Really, the way I think about it. But on the other side of the spectrum, then you've got Hunter Biden and Joe Biden, right? Joseph R. Biden, that guy up there, that decrepit old man in the White House.
He's president of the United States.
Well, not my president. I'm allowed to say that because they said that for 4 years on President Donald Trump, right?
Yeah.
Because he beat out old Hillary Rodham Clinton, right?
I got her right here, by the way.
What difference at this point does it make?
You keep moving like that, you're scaring me, man. I was like, that's like quick draw, man. He was like,
Hey,
I'm like, I'm reaching for my appendix draw, man.
What difference at this point does it make?
There you go. What difference at this? Hey, so that's what I'm saying. The dichotomy is on one end, you've got the Trump organization being charged, right? Southern District in New York, charged with tax fraud, folks.
Right.
Nothing burger. There's going to be nothing to see here, but they're trying to get anything they can dredge up. On the other end of the political spectrum, on the other end of the political spectrum, you've got Hunter Biden.
Yeah.
There's so much evidence there, and I've been conducting research. It's interesting because my wife and I were doing podcasts about this back when all this information was coming out under Burisma, right? Remember that whole in Ukraine and money laundering, Giuliani. Oh, we forgot to mention on the other end also, remember they took away Giuliani's law license.
Sure.
Right. These are just two instances. And another, so if I have 2 and 2, that's it. So then we've got Joe Biden, Hunter Biden on the other end. Anything happened to them?
Not at all.
No. FBI has had the laptop for months now, right?
Almost a year.
Yeah. We had that Tony Bonabalinski came out and basically corroborated that.
Is he still alive?
Haven't heard from him. I don't know. People drop like flies, right?
Yeah,
I mean, so all this, I was on the tread.
What difference at this point does it make?
Exactly.
That's my girl there,
Nothing ever happens to them.
No, right.
And that's what we talked about, this 2-tier justice system. Nothing happens to them.
Right.
So it's a crock, folks. It really is. What we're seeing with this whole Southern District of New York. I feel for America's mayor, Giuliani, man. I'm sure he'll rise above this. Even Alan Dershowitz has come to his defense to say this is total nonsense.
Well, it's just not right.
It's wrong.
It's wrong on so many levels.
Right.
They raided his home at an ungodly hour of the morning. All they had to do was knock on his door. It wasn't, you're not taking the Alamo here, folks.
Well, they haven't. This isn't the first time, and you stop and think about it. Back to Roger Stone, Steve Bannon, right? All these.
Right.
It was Roger Stone. They came. That poor guy, man. They came in the early morning hours. The news crew was there. They was all staged, right? Oh yeah.
Sure.
And it's like, are we really living in La La Land? It's just, it doesn't make any sense at all.
Well, there's no governor on the Democrats, and they're wielding all of the agencies,
right?
Law enforcement agencies, intelligence agencies. They're wielding them like a sword, and taking full advantage of their position so that they can intimidate. I mean, look what the IRS is doing. IRS is now chasing down conservative organizations once again.
Right.
I mean, Obama was the master of it. He sicked them on every
Lois Lerner, man.
Yeah. I think she got promoted to an SDS position much higher than she was as the director of the IRS for holding a company line.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how much are we going to take of this? This is what I'm talking about, folks.
This is what tyranny looks like.
Yes.
The Tucker Carlson story the other night, specifically as he's outlining the NSA spying on American citizens.
Yeah.
The NSA is supposed to be looking at foreign entities and foreign threats.
Right.
But here, Tucker said that there's no way that anybody would know about this text between him and his colleague,
right,
unless the government was paying attention.
Sure.
So those are the things, that it causes you to pause, right? It certainly hasn't happened overnight, but it seems like a lot of these agencies that are being weaponized for political purposes. And, whether it's the FBI, the CIA, the NSA, the IRS, the 3-letter agencies out the backside.
Yeah, well, they're making them as fast as you can count them.
Right.
I mean, it's, Biden's assigning people czar of this, czar of that, czar of this. You're in charge of this now.
But I think, again, I keep saying this, I feel like a broken record. I think a majority of Americans are awake to what's been transpiring.
Right.
Trump said, this is the hilarious thing. He said the other day, all Biden had to do is go to the beach. The border was locked up. He had everything in place. He just could go to the beach. And basically, he's right.
Right.
He's right. It's just... I don't know. I think we're going to start to see things continue to heat up. I've said this before. I think it's going to be a really hot summer. And I don't mean that just temperature wise. I think politically, the rhetoric, we've already seen this year, censorship, right? Yeah. Attacking here, you talk conservative, you don't have a First Amendment right anymore. It's okay. You're a domestic right. But then all of a sudden with the Revolver news story comes out, how these people, meaning the FBI, they either were unindicted co-conspirators, meaning they were being,
manipulated.
Manipulated. What's the term, man? I can't believe I totally dropped this. An informant.
Right.
You have somebody that you're working with embedded in an organization, or they're actually agents embedded with an organization undercover.
Right.
So we still don't know. And they said all these people died on January 6th, but I know Officer the officer, remember they originally said he was beat to death by a fire extinguisher?
Yeah, right.
No.
Yeah.
That's
never
false.
Happened.
Never happened. Fact check. Wrong answer.
Right.
He died of natural causes.
Right.
The one person that we supposedly know is shot, and what we were originally told is Ashley Babbitt was murdered by a Capitol police officer. But we're starting to hear different things that maybe that's not the case, because the person, his name was never released.
Well, you saw the video of what was
what we saw on video again, and then that's a good point. What we saw on video,
right?
So, and there's thousands of hours that has not been released. So, again, back to our original point, all this stuff that what does tyranny look like? The government spying on you. You're not allowed to, you don't have your access to due process. You don't have your First Amendment rights. You don't have any of your rights, right? Losing your vote. How you feeling now? How's that working out for you, as Dr. Phil says? So, I don't know.
You get to do what they tell you that you can do.
Right. I just think that they're trying to amp it up because, again, we've talked about this with regard to Arizona and the audit. They've concluded the paper audit, and they're getting ready to continue this. And it looks like it's going to continue on for at least another several weeks, maybe another few months,
right?
As they get into the full forensic, into the machines and so forth. But they've done most of the heavy lifting as it relates to the ballots themselves.
The counting, hand counting. What do you think is going to happen even after that? Do you think that we're going to? I mean, Trump's not going back in. Sorry, that's not happening.
This has never happened before in the history of our country. I think the last contested election, in terms of maybe, was it in the late 1790s or early 1800s? I'm just thinking off the top of my head. I don't think this has ever happened. So my feeling is you're going to have probably a small minority of Americans that are Biden all the way, meaning if even Biden came out today and said, you caught us, we did cheat. I think there would be 20%, or maybe even a little bit more that are diehard that, oh my goodness, this is BS, But I think based on the numbers that we saw in the turnout, just look at the number of people that Trump draws in a rally, right? I mean, I think that's great evidence.
Right.
We didn't see any of that from Biden.
No.
We still don't.
Or Kamala.
Well, listen, her numbers were in single digits, 2%.
Yeah, right.
There's no way. So if you look at it across the board, I think what we see in terms of turnout for Trump at all of his rallies, there's this huge MAGA national populist movement, even within the Republican Party, where the patriots are like, it's time for the rhinos and the establishment to go. We saw huge numbers turn out for the reorganization within each individual state Republican parties. Even here in South Carolina, things were really heating up. So I think when you look at across the board, probably, and again, this is Jeff's opinion, I'm saying probably maybe 65 to 70% of Americans, if there was proof that the state, let's say Arizona, for example, or maybe Pennsylvania, maybe Michigan, Georgia, certainly something in Georgia is happening. All of a sudden, they realize that they falsely certified the electors. And guess what? We've got an illegitimate president up there. And there was fraud that happened. What do? Do you hold another election? Because those percentages, so most of the people are going to say, yeah, let's redo it or hold a new election. Or you're still going to have a minority of the people that are going to be ticked off regardless of what happens. They're going to be mad and angry. Mm-hmm. But I think, again, we're a republic. I don't want people in California because they're more populous than here in South Carolina, right? I want them making the decision. It's not mob rules. This is a republic, representative voting. Right. So when they say, "Oh, we got to get rid of the Electoral College," no, I'm sorry, we're not going to get rid of the Electoral College because it's not 51% rules here in our United States. Yeah, it just doesn't happen that way. So it's really interesting because we've never had to cross this bridge.
Well, I don't think that they're going to, have Biden step down or out. I think, hear me out. I would be.
I wasn't going to say anything.
I would be satisfied to correct the issues, the problems, and by the elections, the primaries coming up for in 22,
right,
and have this thing ironed out, ironclad, locked down, and get back and return the integrity to the voting process.
Well, here's the question. I always say fraud does vitiate everything. If I stole your car tonight, I decided, you know what? Too bad. I am taking your car and we're going to have a joyride. I'm taking it to Florida.
Yeah.
Your car is gone. I've got it.
Right.
Okay. You don't have transportation now. So rightfully, it's still your car, but I took it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
you need something.
Trump's the right man, and that he's going to come back and everything will be fine.
No, I'm saying
there's no way.
Listen, here's the thing. Here's what I'm saying. If there was fraud that occurred, you said you have to correct it, by 2022. If we find out, and we know that there have been some instances where people have admitted, let's say Philadelphia, I'll use as that county. Oh, we know it's been going on here for years. A little bit is what they say.
A little bit.
How far back does this go?
Well,
and then here's the thing:
will be worse than the.
I'm not talking just presidential level. I'm talking up and down the ballot.
Right.
Because there are some senatorial races, not to mention Georgia, like John James up there in Michigan, some stuff over in Pennsylvania, right? Even out in Arizona.
Right.
So and I don't know what the answer is going to be. I will say this: if we find that there's something that's wrong, just like when you have an audit conducted by the IRS,
Sure.
what happens?
Yeah. Well, either you collect or you get a pass.
Well, there you go. So now, here's the question, I guess, that we have as a majority of Americans. If we find out that that person up in the White House is in fact illegitimate, that they certified the wrong person, all heck's going to break loose, because what we're really living under is then we start to question who are the handlers? Who's really given the directions for this?
right.
It starts to unearth Pandora's box.
Yeah.
You start to now question, okay, these guys over here at Talk One Radio have been talking this about for a while now.
Right.
They've been talking about disinformation and propaganda and the mainstream media and how it's all psyop and all this stuff's happening. And you think your vote counts, but it really doesn't.
Right.
So where does that leave us as a nation? Are we a republic? What we're getting ready to celebrate our independence?
Yeah.
Or are we something that has been morphed into what we are today, where we've got this elite oligarchy? They're the ones that they know better because we're just a bunch of commoners, and they're
Right.
making decisions for us.
How long has that been going on?
Exactly. Well, I told you my feeling is after the Bush Gore hanging Chads,
Right.
I've had concerns back since the very day when they started talking about a technology which is digitized, because I don't care how secure you think you are, there's going to be issues.
Yeah. Right. Right.
And it's very convoluted. It's very complex. I'm telling you, just coming back from Colombia, there are lawmakers up there. They just think, hey, everything's hunky dory. No problem. Nothing to see here. Let's move on.
Right.
And again, my feeling is they're either very naive or ignorant, or somehow they're complicit because they've just decided to go along with this. We're able to secure other elections in foreign countries. We can't secure our own elections.
Yeah. What all I'm saying to you, Jeff, is that I think that the cure is worse than the ill in this case, because if that there's all these forensic audits, the cheat was on, we got the machines, we got all the analytics done, everything's fine. Joe, you don't belong there, actually. But to have a changing of the guard or a special election, I don't know what you would have, or you would just say, well, these audits all produced 80 million more votes for Trump, and now he's the winner. I'm playing devil's advocate here.
No, I understand that, but if you stole something from me,
right? Well,
I mean, I don't care what it is. It doesn't put a monetary amount or anything.
Right.
If it's just a race,
yeah,
we're running. Now, if I find out that you fraudulently maybe used
I paid off people. Yeah.
performance enhancing drugs. Look at Lance
Right,
Armstrong,
sure.
right? Tour de France,
Oh, brother, yeah.
right? Remember that?
Low,
Okay.
low life.
Well, all I'm saying is, what would you do? What if you were the rightful owner of that property that was stolen, or the race that you won?
Mm-hmm.
And basically that fraud makes you're a fraud. You didn't win.
Right.
Well, and again, we're supposed to do what's right in this country. Obviously, the Justice Department, we don't see that. Well, we just showed a couple examples. Rudy Giuliani,
right.
Trump org CFO versus Hunter Biden. And so they're not going to. So it does beg the question, what in the heck is going on here?
Yeah.
And why did they send all those Perkins Coie lawyers out there? Mark Elias, right?
Right.
All these hundreds of lawyers, 70 plus, to Arizona to stop any of that from progressing.
Yeah, right. Well,
the same thing in Georgia. And then you said last week when you said, no, that's done in Michigan, after everything that DePerno was doing up there. And I was
Right.
like, what? It's done? Well, a Republican came out, and I got the article here in a little bit. And it's like, so it's a uniparty. I don't care if you're Democrat or Republican. They've got the fixes in. So to answer your question, though, I honestly believe if we're going to do this right, we need to do the election over. I believe that in my heart. Because why would you just do it for the president? Why would you wouldn't you want to know the entire ballot? You would rerun the election.
Yeah.
Because at this point, when you find out that your books are cooked, right? Jimmy Boom Bots, he's got the bookie and all this. I mean, how do you rectify it?
Right. Right.
Don't you have to have free and fair and transparent elections?
Yeah.
That's what the republic is about. Otherwise, if you have somebody doing it for you,
Right. Yeah. I'm listen, I'm not saying that we should just live with what we have. There's
No.
enough evidence mounting right now. I'm just saying, what's the play after this is all decided?
I wish I had the answer, brother. I honestly,
that was my initial question to you. What do we do after that? And we'll find out after we come back from this break. You're listening to Talk One Radio.
Are you an entrepreneur with a business idea but just need a little help getting it off the ground? Well, the Don Ryan Center for Innovation in Bluffton can help entrepreneurs succeed and innovative companies grow. As a nonprofit organization, they provide resources and experienced guidance to successfully launch and grow your business. Contact them today to see how they can help at 843-540-0405 or visit their website at donryancenter.com.
Vineyard Assisted Living is a nurturing community with customized care, programming, and amenities that aim to engage and inspire. At Vineyard, we don't just care for you, we care about you, which is why we personalize our programming and care levels to each resident's passions and needs, stimulating mind, body, and soul. Find out more about how you or your loved one can thrive at Vineyard. Email info@vineyardbluffton.com or call 843-612-0700.
Looking for a barbershop with a traditional feel? Well, look no further. Joe's Classic Cuts Barbershop is the Low Country's place to receive a top quality haircut or straight razor shave. You'll enjoy a family environment where everyone is welcomed and the refreshments are on the house. Joe's is located at 23 Johnston Way in Bluffton and open 7 days a week. For old school service and quality, makes Joe's Classic Cuts Barbershop your go-to place for the finest haircut and shave in the Low Country. Call 843-757-5637 or visit www.joesclassiccuts.com today for your next appointment.
No time for fitness? Unsure of what to do when you walk into the gym? The eFit Club uses eGym and Matrix technology combined with personal training to easily guide you through your workout. It's the fastest, easiest, and most fun way to improve your health. The eFit Club is suitable for all adults, and our members are reporting amazing results. The eFit Club is located in Bluffton at the Belfair Town Village Shopping Center. Mention Alan or Roman of Talk One Radio, and you'll receive a special discounted membership. It's your time to get fit. Change your fitness, change your life.
Attention active military, exiting military, veterans, police, firefighters, and EMTs. Do you have a business idea but need a little help getting it off the ground? Well, the Don Ryan Center for Innovation in Bluffton can help. Their Heroes program provides experienced guidance from mentors and business professionals to help launch and grow your business. Contact Brad Barnett, Heroes Program Director, at 843-540-7039 or visit their website at donryancenter.com.
Are you tired of market losses and fees associated with the stock market? Would you like to be able to watch your money grow without the risk of any losses? Successful Seniors can help you secure your retirement income. There are no monopolies on good ideas, and in today's financial environment, it is important to get a second opinion and find out what prudent and informed investors are doing with their money. Call toll-free 833-814-0115 or email Doug at dougfair1@msn.com for a no-cost appointment.
Hello, everybody. Jimmy here at Underground Burritos, your restaurant-inspired, taste-delivered, ready-to-heat meat burrito company. Also got them great, hot and ready. Hey, we moved locations this year over on May River Road, right here in the heart of Old Town Bluffton. Come give us a shout. Come pick up some great burritos. And hey, guys, look, we're teaming up with Talk One Radio to bring you a great new radio show called Restaurant Talk. Look forward to hearing from you. Stop by. Have a great day.
Vineyard Memory Care Community assists those with memory loss to thrive through wellness-enhanced programs promoting independence and mobility while receiving the care and support they need. At Vineyard, we don't just care for you, we care about you and enhance the quality of life for individuals with dementia while providing their loved ones peace of mind. Find out more about how your loved one can thrive at Vineyard. Email info@vineyardbluffton.com. Call today, 843-612-0700.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for listeners can't live without us. At home, at work, everywhere.
I listen to it all day. I listen in the car, at home, at school, everywhere.
The voice of reason. Talk One Radio.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right. We're back in, and hopefully we got all the audio worked out. Hey, we've got to pay some bills here, folks. I've got a couple reads here. First, let's go to Brian. Listen, folks, you need your car washed. Well, we got some rain out there, but listen, when the sky's clear, you should be checking out Palmetto Buff, not Bluff, Palmetto Buff, like I buff my car. You can check out Palmetto Buff because they do an incredible job. Actually, Brian comes right to your house, mobile detailer. He does it all. Shampoos the carpets, ceramic coating, corrects bad paint jobs, does the headlights. He does it all. Let the pro come to you. That's Palmetto Buff. You can contact Brian at 843-949-8708, Palmetto Buff. Hey, my brother over here goes to work out at the E-Fit Club. Change your fitness, change your life. Folks, you got to check this out. They are over here at the Belfair Town Village, over by Kroger, the old Kroger, for those of you that have been in Bluffton here for a while. Over by, I want to say Amigos, but it's not. What's the Mexican restaurant?
It is Amigos.
Is it Amigos?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can go over to E-Fit Club in the Belfair Town Village. That's a 7-day free pass, by the way. Mention Talk One Radio, Big Al Flowers, and you might even see him working out. He's been
you'll
working
catch
out
me
hard.
there. I'm there all the time.
Listen, they've got everything laid out in there. Al can always talk more about it. I need to get my butt over there because I want to do some of the bag. I love boxing. I love that type of workout. I'm a wrestler. And I like the physical aspect. But
They're
listen,
very combative, by the way.
they have modern cardio over there, all the state-of-the-art workout facility, personal training from boot camp, HIIT, strength training, TRX, bag boxing, all of it. Right. Personal training as well. Folks, just go check them out. Give them a call, 843-707-9771. Change your fitness, change your life at the E-Fit Club right here in the Belfair Town Village. Last but certainly not least, one of the things that we want to mention here, and we've mentioned this before, is the Vineyard Assisted Living and Memory Care. And they're at 25 Cassidy Drive here in Bluffton, where they're offering half off the community fee. That's 50%, folks. That's significant. Half off the community fee if you mention Talk One Radio.
Right.
Call Lindsay, 843-258-4207. That's Lindsay, 843-258-4207. Great facility here, assisted living and memory care right in Bluffton off of Buckwalter over by the movie theater. Beautiful campus, wonderful people. You have a family member that's over there. Absolutely loves it.
Yep,
right?
Yep.
So, call Lindsay, 843-258-4207.
And they're currently hiring several positions, including servers, resident assistants, medication technicians, and customer service representatives. So if you are of that background and want to work in a absolutely brand new spanking facility with good people around you, I highly recommend you apply yourself to that job. I have to talk about one of our supported charities, and that's Doors to Freedom, that provides hope every hour, every day, as their team serves young girls and ladies rescued from the sex trafficking industry. Help them celebrate her freedom by joining us for Doors to Freedom Night at the Charleston River Dogs, 7 p.m. on Tuesday, July 13th. The tickets are $15 and are purchased through Doors to Freedom, with all proceeds supporting their work. So go to doorstofreedom.com online and purchase your tickets through them. I believe that's what we can do to help them gather a few extra dollars to help young ladies that have been rescued and freed from the darkness of sex trafficking and slavery. We've had those people on our show many a times, and trust me, they operate below the radar. You don't hear very much about them, but they're like a duck. Their feet are going 10,000 miles an hour, working hard for the breaking those young people free from the shadow industry called sex trafficking, sex slave industry. It's for real, and it's happening right here in South Carolina. I mean, law enforcement can do only so much, and they do a lot. But when they spring these kids and free them, they have to have somewhere to go. And Doors to Freedom right here in South Carolina. If you're wondering who you want to donate to, I'm telling you, Doors to Freedom is a worthy cause and should be looked at. I strongly suggest you look at Doors to Freedom for your next donation. Anything helps. They're trying to get together. These homes are clandestine. They don't have a big sign on the wall. These girls have gone through life trauma like you would not believe, and they're trying to slowly bring them back and reprogram them into normal society and normal levels of trust of other humans. So please give freely to Doors to Freedom. Go to the ball game, Charleston River Dogs. You folks up in Mount Pleasant, Charleston, and surrounding area that listen to us, please make yourself available to get those tickets for Doors to Freedom. Can't say it any better than that.
Yeah, hey, I was looking at the stats. Speaking of Charleston, our statistics, our listeners are really growing.
Yes, indeed.
Not only here in South Carolina, but across the country.
Right. We have a large contingent that listens to us out of New York, out of Ohio, Michigan, Canada.
I was really impressed. So really good stuff. I was just checking out our streams to make sure technology wise we were squared away. It looks like hopefully we're all good now.
Yeah.
But so we paid some bills there, and already 24 minutes after 8, man. We still what's going on with the time lately? Just leaking.
Chicago they better cinch up this weekend for I'm sure it's going to be steeped in violence, crime.
Well,
and you can't blame that kind of crime on Republicans or Donald Trump or somebody did something. The dog ate my homework. Mayor, you got to get off your high horse and ask for help federally to get that South Side straightened out. Last weekend, 5 people were shot dead last weekend. 77 were wounded. No, this isn't Afghanistan. This is Chicagoland. I mean, and now we're coming upon this 4th of July. I dread reading the paper come Monday morning because I know that it's going to be splashed all over how many people lost their lives. And God protect those people, those innocent people that live in Southside Chicago areas. When people are screaming to defund the police, dismantle the police, neighborhoods and sections of cities that need the police desperately to come to their aid, do not need to hear this BS about defunding, dismantling, reducing the amount of police officers on the street, diminishing them, criticizing them. People, this is your life jacket you're throwing in the fire. I don't know. It doesn't even make sense to anyone. I mean, you could tell this to a 6-year-old. Would you rather have a policeman here or not at all when you walk into a scary room? Would you rather have a policeman with you when you walk down in a scary parking lot or down an alley, or would you not have one? I'll tell you, the 6-year-old will give you the answer to the question. And all this retraining, all this, listen, there's bad people everywhere in society. That's just how we're built, with free will. You can't blame every white cop on every person of color that gets shot in the projects. I'm sorry, it doesn't work out that way. The statistics do not speak to that. No one's talking about black on black crime. When are you going to get it through your head? Let's go to the focus on the source of what's happening.
Well, you just said about the whole defund the police movement, which somehow Jen Psaki, the press secretary at the White House, decided that it's the Republicans. They're the ones that want to defund the police. They flipped that narrative, right?
Right.
Totally BS.
Come on.
And, last year, the whole, like we talked about, the Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
Okay. George Floyd. It happened. I'm sorry. It's sad when anyone loses their life.
Right.
But what you just mentioned, black on black crime, Southside Chicago, the mayor, Lightfoot, get it under control. Where's the protesting from Black Lives Matter? Why aren't they out there?
Right.
It's Black Lives Matter.
Well, that's
and I'm not listen.
That's why I think they're a fraud. They're not helping any black people.
I'm not belittling that. I'm just saying it's reality. And like you said, a 6-year-old can answer the question very easily. To me, it's a simple solution. We need our police. We have our Beaufort County Sheriff's Office coming in, on the 7th,
right?
And without the police, without the sheriff's department, without law enforcement, all HE double hockey sticks breaks loose, right?
Right. I mean, it's
who are you going to call? It's going to be the Wild West.
When
Everyone's armed.
When this inner city crime starts creeping out to these suburbs and out to these plantations, then you're going to have a hue and cry for law enforcement like you've never heard or seen before. Let's do something together, folks. Let's get a hold of this crime dragon, this murder wagon that we're all watching, this war wagon that moves through South Chicago, Philly, New York City, LA, San Francisco, and just decimates people, kills them, blows them off the planet, and it kills innocent people while it's happening. Now, assessing blame on a certain race is all right, big deal. That doesn't solve anything. Let's focus on the problem. What is the problem here? It's gangs are running wild. They're running a show. There's areas that police don't even go in. Cops are getting set up on phone calls and ambushed and shot. You can't do this. We got to get a handle on this, even if it calls for martial law in the city.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but these are trying times. And if you want this to spread like wildfire, when you're driving around in your, one of those Lexus RX 350, brand new, and somebody comes up to you and puts a gun in your face and says, get out of the car. This is now my car.
This goes back to what we were talking about during break. If we're a nation of laws.
Yes.
But if nobody's fallen in, including from the electoral process to somebody driving down the street, all of a sudden you've got folks at a stoplight or a traffic stop, and they decide to drag you and your wife out of the car and beat the heck out of you.
Yeah.
Because they're having a protest or whatever. infringing upon your civil liberties, your
Sure.
rights as
Right.
individuals, as Americans.
Right.
It's a free for all, man.
Well, I can't remember where it was, if it was not in Chicago, but maybe up in Minnesota, the Twin Cities, where they surrounded the car of the councilwoman.
Right.
She was an assistant or something, or alternate council person, and forcing her to sign some document before they were allowed to proceed. And I mean, I saw the video of it. I didn't even want to bring it in here because it was disgusting.
Yeah.
Of what was being said to two women. Obviously, you know, they worked in the government there, and these people were like vicious savages.
They're
I mean,
heathens, man. They're heathens. That's what
I
it
mean,
comes
there was
down
a
to.
pure darkness in operation, pure devil work in operation.
There's some evil
We're better
stuff.
than that, folks. We
Yeah,
are
we are.
better than that as Americans. And the sooner we get a grip on each other's hand, the better off we'll be. And stop all this, you know, talk about how you disrespected me. No, you disrespected me. Listen, drop the show. Let's get it together and go. Let's grow together.
Well, if you start out with the premise that we're systemically racist, and then all of a sudden you start looking at CRT and these other
Right.
philosophies that are being propagated, then it lowers the least common denominator is skin color, you know?
Right.
And we know that's not true. I mean, I have no control, just like you or anyone else. My eye color, my hair
Right.
color, my skin
Exactly.
color.
Kids being born
Now,
today.
are there some quote racist? I'm sure
There are.
it's a very, very small minority.
Yeah.
Most people here in the United States, you know, all colors, all ethnicities, we're Americans. That's what we're getting ready to celebrate this weekend.
Exactly. You want some names of some recent white racists? How about Robert Byrd? He was he was a Grand Cougar or whatever they call him in
The KKK.
Yeah,
West Virginia.
yeah. And guess who you know, spoke at his funeral?
Joseph R. Biden.
Oh, took the words right out of my mouth, my
Yeah.
man.
Good friends with Hillary Clinton.
Right. Who told that gentleman that was a talk show host that if you don't vote for me, you ain't black? Who said that? Donald Trump didn't say that.
Let me see.
Was it who?
Come on, man. Let me figure
I
this
gave you
out.
the clue. Now, come on. Come
Uh,
with the answer.
Got hairy legs? Did you program it yet?
I got
Get a life.
He's talking to you, not me.
Yeah. Hey, that's the dude.
That's him.
He's the dude.
That's him.
Yeah.
That's
Corn Pop was a bad dude,
yeah.
and he ran a bunch of bad boys.
Listen to this guy. Are you kidding me, right?
Come on, man.
And
Get a life.
Yeah, and if we find fraud, you said he just should ride out his term, man.
Well, I think we should. Well, he would be isolated if we get enough. If we take back the Congress and the Senate, make the guy inert, and that's it. The end the story.
A lame duck. Yeah, I have a hard time again, probably because what we were just talking about. You know, if we're a nation of law,
right,
then we should be.
Then
Following.
we should be.
If not,
right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm just saying.
I'm glad you did.
No, and at the end of the day, I think we're trying to figure this. Like you said, we've never been in this situation before.
Exactly.
I mean, folks, it's getting back like to the founding of our nation.
Yeah.
Can you imagine being back in the 1700s and the tyranny of the king wanting to impose these tariffs and these,
right?
You know, basically, no, we're what we say goes, and deciding to stand up to the most powerful navy on army,
right,
on the face of the planet,
right? Just a bunch of ragtag people,
bunch of colonists, right?
That's it.
They said, no way, not on our watch.
Exactly.
That's what the Declaration of Independence is about, folks.
Right.
And after we come back, I don't know if we're going to do a break, but I want to read that wonderful document, just in case you've forgotten or you haven't read the Declaration of Independence or the Constitution. They're quick reads, but they're beautiful documents. And if it doesn't make the hair stand up on the back of your neck or your arms, you gotta really question your patriotism, because I'm telling you, it's important to remember the sacrifices made of those individuals that put their life and their liberty, their fortunes, their sacred honor on the line to do what they set out to do.
Yeah, they were all in.
They were all in.
I mean, there was no going back.
No,
Once
where were they going to go?
Right. Once the balloon went up, it was everything or nothing.
Mel Gibson and William Wallace, man.
Yeah.
Braveheart.
Yeah.
You know what they did to him.
Oh yeah. I want to show that that video.
Go for it.
Let's see.
On July 2nd, 1776, the Continental Congress voted in favor of independence, and 2 days later, on July 4th, the 13 colonies adopted the Declaration of Independence. That historic document drafted by Thomas Jefferson and on which our founding fathers pledged their lives, fortunes, and sacred honor in establishing a new nation comprised of free and independent states. As we prepare to celebrate the 245th anniversary of our Independence Day, we pause to reflect on the birth of a new nation, the beginning of the most revered and respected republic in the history of the world. Since its adoption as a national holiday in 1941, the 4th of July is celebrated with fireworks, parades, family gatherings, picnics, and barbecues. It's a great opportunity for all Americans to reflect on the very freedoms we enjoy in these United States.
You mind if I read?
No, go ahead. That would be beautiful.
The Declaration of Independence in Congress, July 4, 1776. The unanimous declaration of the 13 United States of America. When, in the course of human events, just the first few paragraphs.
There you go. Beautiful document as it is. Let's take one more blast at this. We just contractually have to do this. Another break. We'll be right back, folks. You're listening to Talk One Radio.
Are you an entrepreneur with a business idea but just need a little help getting it off the ground? Well, the Don Ryan Center for Innovation in Bluffton can help entrepreneurs succeed and innovative companies grow. As a nonprofit organization, they provide resources and experience guidance to successfully launch and grow your business. Contact them today to see how they can help at 843-540-0405 or visit their website at donryancenter.com.
Vineyard Assisted Living is a nurturing community with customized care, programming, and amenities that aim to engage and inspire. At Vineyard, we don't just care for you, we care about you, which is why we personalize our programming and care levels to each resident's passions and needs, stimulating mind, body, and soul. Find out more about how you or your loved one can thrive at Vineyard. Email info@vineyardbluffton.com or call 843-612-0700.
Looking for a barbershop with a traditional feel? Well, look no further. Joe's Classic Cuts Barbershop is the Low Country's place to receive a top quality haircut or straight razor shave. You'll enjoy a family environment where everyone is welcomed and the refreshments are on the house. Joe's is located at 23 Johnston Way in Bluffton and open 7 days a week. For old school service and quality, makes Joe's Classic Cuts Barbershop your go-to place for the finest haircut and shave in the Low Country. Call 843-757-5637 or visit www.joesclassiccuts.com today for your next appointment.
No time for fitness? Unsure of what to do when you walk into the gym? The eFit Club uses eGym and Matrix technology combined with personal training to easily guide you through your workout. It's the fastest, easiest, and most fun way to improve your health. The eFit Club is suitable for all adults, and our members are reporting amazing results. The eFit Club is located in Bluffton at the Belfair Town Village Shopping Center. Mention Alan or Roman of Talk One Radio, and you'll receive a special discounted membership. It's your time to get fit. Change your fitness, change your life.
Attention active military, exiting military, veterans, police, firefighters, and EMTs. Do you have a business idea but need a little help getting it off the ground? Well, the Don Ryan Center for Innovation in Bluffton can help. Their Heroes program provides experienced guidance from mentors and business professionals to help launch and grow your business. Contact Brad Barnett, Heroes Program Director, at 843-540-7039 or visit their website at donryancenter.com.
Are you tired of market losses and fees associated with the stock market? Would you like to be able to watch your money grow without the risk of any losses? Successful Seniors can help you secure your retirement income. There are no monopolies on good ideas, and in today's financial environment, it is important to get a second opinion and find out what prudent and informed investors are doing with their money. Call toll-free 833-814-0115 or email Doug at dougfair1@msn.com for a no-cost appointment.
Hello, everybody. Jimmy here at Underground Burritos, your restaurant-inspired, taste-delivered, ready-to-heat and eat burrito company. Also got them great, hot and ready. Hey, we moved locations this year over on May River Road, right here in the heart of Old Town Bluffton. Come give us a shout. Come pick up some great burritos. And hey, guys, look, we're teaming up with Talk One Radio to bring you a great new radio show called Restaurant Talk. Look forward to hearing from you. Stop by. Have a great day.
Vineyard Memory Care Community assists those with memory loss to thrive through wellness-enhanced programs promoting independence and mobility while receiving the care and support they need. At Vineyard, we don't just care for you, we care about you and enhance the quality of life for individuals with dementia while providing their loved ones peace of mind. Find out more about how your loved one can thrive at Vineyard. Email info@vineyardbluffton.com. Call today, 843-612-0700.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for listeners can't live without us. At home, at work, everywhere.
I listen to it all day. I listen in the car, at home, at school, everywhere.
The voice of reason. Talk One Radio.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, we're back. We're back on it. Sorry, folks. I know we're getting spotty reports that Jeff's reading did not go across the air. We apologize for that error. That
maybe that was a work of God. That's
I don't know. It's tough sometimes when we got to do production, do the operation plus try to run a production. We're getting better. We got to get better. We're going to be on a bigger stage. Things are going to be happening. Can't have this kind of stuff going on. That's for sure.
Well, I did want to say that when we were talking, what I read, if you didn't hear it, the Declaration of Independence is what I actually read the first few paragraphs, the most stirring words of the document. But here's where it closes. If you haven't read it in a while, I encourage you to go read it. The last few sentences. it talks about, and for the support of this declaration, with a firm reliance on the protection of divine providence, we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor. Folks, they were all in. They pledged it all.
Yeah.
And most of them that signed this document paid with their lives. That's what we're getting ready to celebrate on Sunday. 245th anniversary, July 4th, 1776 in Congress, the unanimous declaration of 13 of our United States in this great nation of ours pledged their lives, their fortunes, and their sacred honor to say, yeah, we're going to make a stand for what's right under divine providence of the Lord God Almighty.
It's unbelievable. Every man, woman, and child stood there and said, we want freedom.
And to every man and woman who's ever served in our United States Armed Forces knows exactly what I'm talking about. In your uniform, as you salute the flag, the colors, the respect, the honor, the tradition, the heritage that it all represents, that each one of us, regardless of ethnicity, background, color, race,
right,
we're the human race. We're Americans. United we stand, divided we fall.
That means more to me than anything, quite frankly, is the fact that we are all Americans. I mean, right now we are under attack by people that want to break this country down, burn it to the ground, start over with some type of utopian socialist, communist ideas that someone dreamt up that they have no idea what they're talking about. But they think it's just everyone should be equal, equally poor, equally without anything that is not approved by the government. You take a look at what China's doing to its population. It's not only murdering and stealing organs out of human beings, but they're under heavy surveillance at all times. People are encouraged to turn each other in for speaking poorly of the government. Is that what you want? This is not us. We refuse. I rebuke everything about what the Democrats want to do in this country because they want to tear it down. Tear it down. Stand up for freedom. That's all I'm saying. I'm not talking about getting violent, but stand up. It's time for us to stand on our hind legs and bring it. That's all I can tell you.
Lee Greenwood song is what I'm thinking about right now, man. That's Proud to Be an American. I think of that wonderful melody and the words that Lee just sings it so well. And we've seen many renditions with military members and the chorus joining in. That's what it's man.
I'm trying to find this. I had a very patriotic, I ran it a couple months ago, and it was, it talked exactly about what you're talking about today, about the Declaration of Independence, and where the people were just saying, we will do it to our death. I can't find it.
And that's why it is important that you do study history. You know, probably a lot of Americans that may be based on, academia, the way that they're not really truly teaching our American history. It's important that you go back and read these historical documents. Whether it's say these 1619 Project and some of the other ones that are just trying to spread division and hate. Have we done things wrong as a nation? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Have we done things right? Absolutely. And just like us in our human condition, we're fallible. We make mistakes. We make errors. We have poor judgment sometimes, but God forgives us, and we also have to be able to forgive one another. And I think at the end of the day, when we recognize that as a nation, we're trying to do, if those documents, that we need to ensure that we continue to push forward, to do our best, to persevere through good times and bad, to rally together as a nation, to have the reverence and respect for that national pride, that what makes us so unique in the course of human history, that we are an independent nation, that we are this United States, sovereign states collectively, that has so much opportunity. That's why people come here from all around the world.
Right.
And it is a great thing to reflect upon. It's been tested. We're not out of the woods yet, and we've got to stick together. Though there are certainly factions at work that want to do us harm, and unfortunately, it's enemies, both foreign and domestic, that we have to be concerned about, folks.
Yeah, absolutely. When you're having your picnic this week, and just pause for a moment and think about how nice it is not to have an overbearing government yet. And if we allow this to continue on, there's going to be, trouble a brewing underfoot. You're going to not be able to move freely about this country. Just look at what happened. No flights. You can't go state to state. People during this COVID fiasco, they were talking about roadblocks between states where you couldn't travel outside of New York City.
Think of how fast people allowed their civil liberties to be taken away.
Right.
Churches shut down.
Right.
Right.
And those churches in Canada that chose to exercise their religious freedom, which no government should be involved with, were thrown in jail. The churches were wrapped in chains and fences. People were told if they attempt to hold church, they're all going to jail.
Well, I think that was a great learning experience for many of us. I think we recognize now, and when the government is quick to respond and certainly has a responsibility to its citizens. But that document that I read says the power rests in the consent of the governed. We give the government its rights. We give up our certain rights to say, okay, we're going to allow the government within the confines of what it is set out to do, its duties and responsibilities. But the power rests with the consent of the governed. That's what makes us unique as a republic,
right.
A representative form of government. And we've got to be very careful, regardless of, quote, how scary things are with, health issues, medical issues, when they say the pandemic. I think we all have questions now in terms of the origin of the Wuhan flu. And more details are coming out that certain therapeutic regimens were suppressed. Medications such as ivermectin, budesonide, hydroxychloroquine, combination therapies that have been used for decades have been proven effective, mandated to wear masks and social distance, and come to find out, even in the latest journals about masks for younger and adolescents and children, that the carbon monoxide, the excess, causes more harm than good.
Right.
This whole fear factor, and it really debilitates your ability to think rationally and critical thinking and reasoning to do that when you're so overcome with fear. When relatives are afraid to hug you, when you're told that you've got 2 weeks to flatten the curve, self-quarantine, schools are shut, businesses are shuttered, economy takes goes into the tank.
Unreal.
And all this for, and we're not just talking, obviously, just here in the United States. This is globally.
Yeah.
And so we've got to be very vigilant as we go forward. I think the other thing is when you start to hear the rumors and the discussions about these quote variant, the Delta variant and Echo variant and the Foxtrot variant and all these other variants. I'm telling you, it killed the common flu, didn't it?
All right. What happened to Fauci? Where's he at? He's long gone. You don't see him. He's back in hiding under the desk, back in the basement with Joe. Once those emails came out that unequivocally proved that he was lying. That's the guy that everybody knelt before him. Oh, Dr. Fauci, we must follow the science. He had everybody jammed up. Just check his bank account. That's all I say.
So that's just one example of if we're a nation of laws.
Right.
I mean, these are crimes against humanity.
Indeed.
And especially, as I mentioned earlier, if there are therapeutic regimens, if there are therapies that could have been used to offset the deaths that occurred as a result of this virus, that's huge.
Yeah. That's absolutely huge.
And to find out that initially the information was suppressed with regard to the origins of the SARS-CoV-2 virus, which causes COVID-19, it does make you question the trust of the government, right? The CDC, the NIH, the WHO.
Well, listen,
so on and so
ever
forth.
since the Patriot Act was signed, I was a little nervous about everything that was going on. I mean, especially you just remember the transition that we all went through with TSA, and everybody they're dragging 85-year-old women out of wheelchairs and making them stand up for a wanding or trying to shuttle them into a full body x-ray. They got little kids that they're fondling, within, procedure and process, talking about they were pedophiles or anything like that. But I mean, this imposition that this grand event on 9/11, this attack on our country that killed 2,500 innocent people, not to mention all the law enforcement firefighters that went to their death, absolutely makes me sick to think about it. And Omar says, something happened on that day. I don't know. But, she gets a free pass. Nobody's even talking about her. Who elected this person? The same people that elected a WWE championship wrestler as governor of their state up in Minnesota. I hope you're proud of yourself up there, because you're nuttier than a bunch of fruitcakes, ice heads. I don't know. It drives me crazy, this situation, when I think
freedom
about
is never free. And here's the thing: when you start to relinquish your rights for the sake of being, safety.
Yeah, I'm safe. Screw you. That's what the deal is. That's what we saw the last 18 months with this COVID thing.
Well, it's the same thing with, the people that are protected with armed guards,
right,
that want to take away your right to protect yourself in your own household. Law-abiding citizens that have the right under the Second Amendment,
right,
constitutionally, to be able to carry, to protect and defend your property, your household, your castle. But these are the people that are protected by armed personnel that they want to restrict or take away your right.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
That makes sense.
I don't think that's ever going to happen. Sorry, Chipper, you and your ATF buddies. I'm sorry, that's not going to happen. Not now, not anytime soon. That's a freedom as well as speech that's not going away. I'm not tolerating it.
No. We've gone through some of the iterations this year, like I said, with censorship. But the reality is, as we get to gather this weekend and celebrate the Declaration of Independence, our Independence Day, 245 years later. We're still learning. We're still growing as a nation. Have we done things that were wrong? Yes, but we are still growing as a nation. And I still have faith, not only in this nation, but in a loving, sovereign king who rules supreme. And I'll leave it in his hands.
Absolutely. Well, God is in control, but he doesn't expect you to lean on a shovel and pray for a hole.
That's right.
So stand up for your rights. Stand up for the person next to you. Stand up for those that had their legs removed in combat, that are suffering mentally. Stand up for the American flag. Put your hand over your heart and thank the Lord that you live in a land where you can be free. Your children can be whatever they want to be, whether it's a farmer, a doctor, a lawyer, whatever their dreams take them to. You won't find that anywhere else, folks. You will not find it anywhere else on the planet Earth. We live in the best society.
And don't be afraid to stand.
Right.
As Edmund Burke once said, the only thing necessary for evil to triumph is for good men and women to do nothing.
Right.
Stand.
For America. With that, we're going to head out. We'll be back on Wednesday. That's Major Bromwich will be with us Wednesday night, 7:30. We're taking Monday off. Please have a safe, happy, joyous Independence Day. Celebrate your freedom. For those that aren't there, that gave up everything so that we could be free. Be kind to each other. Go slow on 278. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the fireworks. Enjoy each other. And Jeffer, we'll see you on Wednesday.
We'll see you all Wednesday. Have a great weekend.
Thanks for joining us.
As the day sets on another slice of heaven, we hope you've enjoyed the show. We look forward to you joining us again on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. live. We're never far away. Just call 843-800-1492 during the show and visit our website at www.talkoneradio.com to share your comments. We'll be back sooner than you know, so tell your friends and family to find their voice on the Low Country's finest talk radio show, Talk One Radio.